Andrea Hudson gets a lot of mail these days.
We just ask folks for questions about, if they would describe in their own words what's happening currently on the inside.
But she's working to get people out from the inside. She knows what it's like to be in that position.
I was incarcerated in 2013, and I sat there for 61 days, and my charges were dropped. Well, I was charged with 9 different charges, but 8 of those charges were dropped.
Someone accused her of elder abuse and other allegations. She pleaded to one charge to get the rest dismissed. She says prosecutors stacked the charges in a way she found redundant.
If you charge me with assaulting the elderly and then terrorizing the elderly, they're pretty much the same thing if I assaulted them, as opposed to stacking the charges. And I believe that when you're black, they stack the charges and see which ones are going to stick.
We checked the numbers to see if there was any disparity in how the criminal justice system treats someone based on their race. The state's traffic stop data show police arrest black drivers at a rate 3.5 times that of white drivers. Yet multiple studies show black drivers are no more likely to have anything illegal with them.
When you talk about contraband hit rates, you're talking about once they've stopped somebody and are searching them, are they in fact going to find something? And the hit rates do not support arresting more black drivers.
The disparities continue in the courtroom. Last year, black men accounted for 48% of male felony convictions in North Carolina, despite only representing about 10% of our state's population. NC Central professor Irving Joyner says a lot of that goes back to those arrest numbers. More arrests mean a longer prior record.
As opposed to utilizing the discretion that officers have to give citations to people, which will keep them out of the arrest process. And then that's translated and exacerbated by the inability of many African Americans to afford the bail.
There has been some progress in recent years. 10 years ago, blacks represented a plurality of felony convictions. Now whites are an outright majority. But blacks are still heavily overrepresented relative to their population. Hudson now runs the NC Community Bail Fund of Durham. She pays bail so people in jail don't have to resort to bail bond agencies. She says even a short jail stay has a big impact.
I lost my housing because at that time I had Section 8, and I didn't recertify in time because I was incarcerated, and my daughter at the time was 17, so they wouldn't talk to her because she wasn't, legally old enough, and so we lost our housing, so we became homeless.
Impacts that stay with you even if you never go to trial. In Durham, Garrett Bergquist, Spectrum News 1.